Shamanism is not therapy with feathers. I came across a post the other day in one of the Facebook groups I'm in for therapists from someone who was new to the world of shamanism. Their inroad was through core shamanism, and they're also a therapist. And they were talking about how things like soul retrieval is really parts work, and how all of modern therapy was taken from shamanic practices. This is toxic, and here's why. The first is that it negates the fact that whether we're talking about shamanism or we're talking about Jungian psychotherapy or we're talking about hypnosis or dream work, all of those things work because they're pointing to a deeper wisdom. Shamanic traditions have access to this wisdom too. That's why you'll see these patterns recurring over time. It's not that one stole from the other. I mean, like, unless they blatantly said they stole, that's a different story. It's more that all of these different healing traditions are pointing to a same root. The next problem with this is it allows therapists to sell shamanism devoid of spirituality, devoid of acknowledgement of the unseen. Shamanism is an entire spiritual ecosystem. It is not a set of healing practices. In fact, there are shamans who are dark shaman who do not heal. They've nourished and nurtured the right type of reciprocity for the acquisition of power, and they use it, as far as I'm concerned, unwisely. Next, shamanism holds a worldview. It holds an entire ontological view that is different from what you're going to find within a modern therapeutic framework. Next, and this is something that, if it happens to a therapist, good luck. It's fine to treat soul retrieval like parts work, in that a lot of the time it will look like that. However, that one time out of 10, or that one time out of 100, or that one time out of 1,000, whatever the numbers might be, where an actual fragment shows up as a spirit in the room, the therapist better know how to negotiate with that spirit and also bring energetic healing. Shamanism is not a costume for therapy. It's fine to take things, to borrow things, and of course give proper recognition, understand their therapeutic power, and adapt them to a framework that works for the therapist. And to also do so with an understanding that if you're using technologies that traditionally involve spirits, you might end up involving spirits. Next, the flattening of shamanic practice into Western modern therapeutic models and approaching shamanism that way takes the power out of it and forces shaman into a neo-colonial perspective, and it doesn't work. The reality is, not everybody is a shaman, despite what digital marketers will say. Not everybody has gone through initiation. Most psychotherapists have not gone through even one level of initiation, let alone 2 or 3, that I talked about in a video a couple weeks ago. Shamanism is its own art, its own magic, its own ecosystem. It is not a costume and marketing gimmick for modern therapists. So that's it for today. For more, like and follow.